Here we go. All right, back once again, and twins.
Oh, yeah. matching hoodies.
Right? And it's a little quieter in here because I got it over my ears. But Crunch Fitness is coming soon to Sarnia. And, I've seen them. They started to promote out there, Billy.
Yeah.
Are you a workout kind of guy?
Yeah, before my hip surgery, yes, I was, and I'm now doing rehab, but I'll get back to it. I saw their Crunch Fitness sign in the mall.
Yeah.
So, yeah, big sign in there.
So they're here right now, and they're promoting themselves.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I'm sure everybody would agree that working out or doing fitness is a smart choice, right?
Absolutely, yeah. At any level, right? Like very moderate.
So why doesn't everybody do it?
Well, it's easier not to. That's why.
You know what, right? That's right. I buy stocks in fitness companies in December.
Right.
I sell them in February.
Yeah.
Right. It's guaranteed win every year, right? So
yeah, they're nice toques.
They are. They're really. I don't wear a lot of toques, but I got to tell you, this is really comfortable.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll get a membership out of it for wearing the toque.
Yeah, promoting them.
All right, let's get to what we're really supposed to be talking about here. And thanks, Crunch Fitness, for allowing us to do that.
Yeah, appreciate it.
1-1 here. It's a little bit of a slow start kind of thing, right? Look, you got fans.
Oh, yeah, Mike Koltoff.
Oh, okay.
When you got friends like that, you don't need enemies.
Well, you're friends with Jay Beckham.
That's true, yeah. Jay and I have been friends in high school, yeah.
Is that right,
yeah,
that long? Wow.
And here we are talking about it again.
Yeah, right. Well, we wouldn't want to leave him out.
No.
1-1 is pretty even out there. I mean, it took a while for the Sting to get on their heels, but, it's kind of what you talked about pregame here. It's like they've got to have this no-quit attitude, and there's an expectation. Did they meet the expectation for you this first period?
I think so. Kai got the penalty that caused the power play goal, and then he turned around and scored, even it up. So, I think they're working hard. Like, Ottawa, I think, is a stronger team for sure, but they're staying up with them, and I think the energy level is what's keeping it at a 1-1 score.
Yeah, and they have to keep that energy level going for sure against a team like Ottawa, who's a really strong team and has done very well. And, this is kind of like that time of the season for are we going to make it?
Yes,
the crunch is on to clinch, right, so to speak. You're confident, though, that the Sarnia Sting will at least get there?
Yeah, I think so. Like, the Lumberjacks stay ahead of Windsor, in which we beat them last night, so that's a good help.
Yeah.
And we're not that far away from, escapes me what team, but the team right ahead of us, we're not that far away from them. So, as long as they keep putting efforts like this and win against the teams they should beat and stay close against the teams that maybe they shouldn't beat to keep their confidence up, and if the confidence matches the energy, then they'll win games like that.
Well, I've always said, too, that if you can win against a team that you know is stronger, like a London or a Sioux, or even to lose by 1.
Yeah, stay with them.
Those are the ones you really want to win against, because that brings the confidence way up instead of just a little bit because we beat a team that's lower than us.
That's right. It proves that they deserve to be there, and if they get a playoff berth, then they know they can beat the teams that they're going to meet.
Yeah. We saw a referee, I didn't see which one, but kind of got run down out there.
Yeah.
Has that ever happened to you when you were a referee?
Oh, yeah, lots of times. What happened there, I think, the referees try to stay against the boards the best they can, and the way the puck came out, it bumped the referee out and then ran into a guy. Very accidental, of course, and happens all the time.
Well, he should just get the hell out of the way.
Yeah. It's funny because when you referee, especially junior B and junior levels, if you fall down, you're the first 2 rounds. That if they go up and drink after, so you don't want to fall down, but it happens.
Yeah, and the crowd likes it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. They all get on them for sure. There's lots of games that happen within the referees during a game that people don't know about.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, it's fun.
Like, what do you mean?
So the 2 linesmen. Well, I don't know if they'll do it at this level, but the 2 linesmen, for example, they count how many times they can make the puck go between their legs.
Oh.
So you just nonchalantly skate out a little bit, so the puck goes down between your legs and carries on, and that's a point. So then you just keep tallying that up.
So the referees are playing their own game of hockey.
Sometimes.
Seriously?
Maybe not at this level, but sometimes they do because it's just fun.
So you're letting all the secrets out now, right?
I know.
Right?
We did a game entirely in French one time, and none of us spoke French. It was hilarious.
Oh, right. You'd have to say, how would you do that?
You had to look them up between periods.
Oh, wow. Did you learn the whole language or just enough to get by?
Just enough to get by,
Bleh, over.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know. Yeah.
I never thought of that. If you're going to, okay, there's another perspective. Okay. I'd come up with a lot of ones for that. I do seeing what's happening out there. I mean, it's only the first period, like you said, got to play. I mean, it's the cliche, got to play the 60 minutes of hockey.
Yeah.
I think they played really hard. Couple weak spots out there, there was a lot that was happening around the net, I thought.
Yeah.
That it was like, ooh, getting too close there. Mm-hmm. Did you see the same thing?
Yeah, I did. And there's some defensemen they make, you want to think they're mistakes, and obviously they are, but they do it way too often as they throw the puck out in front of our own net.
Yeah.
And, you can't do that. Like, I know there's a play that you try to hit a winger who's circling and hit him, but, man, it's dangerous to throw it out there.
It's creating opportunity for the other team,
yeah,
right? And a team like Ottawa is going to recognize that opportunity and jump right on. They've really been honest, too. Like, let's talk about Ottawa. They've been around where we are. Like, I don't think that they're like the Sting is obviously keeping up to them. We definitely need some more shots on goal. We're a little low there. We've only had 5. Even though former coach said, well, the only ones that really count are the ones that go in. You increase the ratio a little bit better. It's like sales. Talk to 10, get 1, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
let's shoot a little bit more, I think, is what. And they seem to against, I'm going to say, the stronger teams. That's where we're weak, is we're not taking enough shots on goal. Is that lack of confidence, or are we sometimes going, we talk about like the TSN highlight reel here?
Yeah, well, I think it might be lack of confidence, and I also think it's they get away from their game. So, obviously there's not set plays for absolutely everything, but when you're setting up in an offensive end, they have set plays. And if you get away from that and you just kind of play rogue, if you will, then you're not getting the quality shots. But, if you're able to cycle the puck the way you've been trained and taught and get the puck to the to the weak side guy who's open, and he gets a quality shot. And I think they're just doing a little bit too much running and not enough set plays, if you will.
All right. Now, obviously, Schwint out there who got the goal to tie things up. But is there another player that you observe that maybe doesn't get talked about enough, or maybe get mentioned enough, that you've got your eye on? You're going, I'd like to see, or maybe one is like, I'd like to see a little more from that one.
Yeah, I think Zach Felak's a good example of that. Like, I remember Zach last year in the playoffs, and he was ferocious. And, you were thinking last year that, this guy's our next captain. He's a leader on the ice and all of that. And he's still playing very good quality hockey, but I think just that edge he had last year in the playoffs would be nice to see come back.
Yeah, okay. I think many would agree with you, a little bit more. And then we talked about Dalen Moses pregame.
Yeah.
It's been nice to see him come out a little bit further more on there. Haven't seen a ton from Wainwright lately, right?
No, he's so fast, but you're right. You haven't seen a lot from him. And back to Moses, he had a slow start here in Sarnia, but then he's picked up huge. And Schwinn's the same way. He's on fire. But, Wainwright, it would be nice to see a little more. He's so fast, so that's noticeable. But, I'm not sure what he's lacking, but just some, little bit of offensive prowess.
I kind of go back to, how many years, Stamkos days, right?
Yeah.
And I remember watching then and thinking, obviously before we knew what he was going to, I think everybody had a pretty good idea of the greatness coming out of him.
Yeah, for sure.
But he was so fast as well, too, that I think he was always looking around for somebody that wasn't there.
Yeah.
Is that similar here with Wainwright?
I think so. And for Stamkos, there wasn't a lot of guys that could play with him. When you're that good, like McDavid and Sidney Crosby, you need guys that can play with you.
Yeah.
And, I wouldn't say Wainwright doesn't have that, but there's just not a lot of chemistry, it seems. And it would be nice for two of them to connect in pure chemistry and work off each other. And, I think that would excel both of them, whoever that would be.
Yeah. That's a strength and a weakness then, I guess,
we're
talking
kind of
about.
Is, I think.
Nice to have that fast pace, but if there's nobody, the gel happening out there, that certainly makes for a different game. And then is that hurting them out there, do you think?
Well, it's development.
Because they're not utilizing him as much as
I think
they could
so.
be, maybe.
Exactly, and I think it's like development again, like getting those two guys together. Like you think of Voigt last year. Voigt was an assist getter. He's like Marner, right? They don't score a lot of goals. All assists, and so you need a guy like that to work with.
Yeah. Okay. You see anybody out there that could do that if they put a little more into it?
I think his last name escapes me. The brand new rookie, the first year draft pick from North Bay. I think he could be the guy. He's just got to get a little stronger. And I think he could be the guy because he's impressive on the ice.
Okay, all right. Did you like the pace of the first period out there? Often sometimes they start slow. They seem to come out the gate.
Yeah, the pace was good, I thought. Scrambling a little bit, but you can scramble as long as your pace is elevated. And I think that's what I saw from them. I was impressed by that. We talked about a pregame that's what they need to do for 60 minutes, and they certainly did for 20.
Right, okay. Well, I think we're going to see a little faster pace out there. I'd like to see just a little bit more. I think the confidence level has been met out there, but they know they got to get more of those shots on goal if they're going to keep up with Ottawa. 2 goals in like the first 10 minutes would be a real confidence boost to just. You got to be able to breathe once in a while. I'm not saying be complacent and step back, but when you get that insurance goal ahead, you can breathe a little bit more, right? But then you don't want to get too far back and don't take your foot off that vertical pedal on the right, because a team like Ottawa will take advantage of that.
Yeah, and I think going into the dressing room tied game, like they see, okay, we can keep up to these guys. Yeah. That in itself will bring a level of confidence, hopefully.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. There you go. Billy Yurchuk joining me here. We'll remind you once again that we will be back here, in the second period. Yeah, Crunch Fitness. Thanks for the tubes.
Yeah,
these are really cool.
Yeah,
they're comfortable.
There's a whole table of them here. If you're listening to the game, come on down. Get a table.
There you go. Right on. Jay Peckham, I'm not getting one for you. You can get your own. All right. We'll be back again. Billy Yurchuk will join me say that 5 times.
Billy Y.
He'll join me one more time here. And then, of course, we'll have post-game press conference in the restaurant. That'll be live on the Sarnia Sting page. They're on YouTube, Twitch, everywhere. So make sure you never know who's going to show up there. So make sure you watch that. All right, one more time, live from the concourse with the Sarnia Sting. I'm David Burrows. This is my friend Billy Yurchuk. 1, 2, 3. Go Sting, go!